Today, let's talk about how to keep the modern women feminine. So the number one point here is to own and embrace your masculine frame. This really does not mean that you guys stop being goofy and acting childish. It means that you do not allow women to move your center or your balance as a masculine man. You have to keep that frame rooted in the roots of your masculinity. This is one of the core values of the masculine frame and the most important thing that's going to keep a woman feminine and not try to become masculine. Now women have their own ways to keep testing your masculine frame, and they're going to try and test you in two different ways through different types of tests. One is emotional, and the other one is testing your ability to stay calm. Now if you go on dates with modern women, they're going to try and say all sorts of different things to put you through all sorts of shit tests. They're going to try and see your reaction to what they're saying to analyze how you react to preposterous claims or anything that attacks your ego, sense of self, habits, or what makes you successful. And the best way to go about this is to just go with the flow and not let it affect your balance and center of gravity, which is what they want. These women will say something like, "How are you still single with all these women around?" Or "Why are you single now? Because you've been in relationships all your life." Now for any man, such comments can be caught a little off guard, and he often wonders how the hell is he supposed to answer that, or what's the best way to answer such questions. These are examples of calm questions because they're designed to test how you can keep calm. If a woman keeps testing you with these things, you can either troll her back or you can just simply ignore her. I mean, be the man who doesn't play the game, because when you play the game, they're going to keep at it. You need to tell them from the start that this isn't how you expect to be treated. If it's nothing but respect, it's not worth giving your respect to. Remember that, guys. It's very important to not let her get under your skin. If she gets under your skin, then she's going to treat you like a piñata. She's going to keep smacking you with a bat until you totally drift away from your masculine frame. If you let her get under your skin, it's pretty much game over. This is a critical point in any new relationship. The girl comes at you with all these tests, and then keeps coming at you to test all of your sides and edges. For what? Just to have her fun and try to manipulate you into doing what she wants you to do. So you need to have your masculine frame and energy balanced in order for her to find her balance in feminine energy that is compatible with your masculine energy. I know it sounds like a game, but honestly that's what it really is. It's a game of two personalities on clash since the very beginning to see who budges first. If you budge, it's game over for you. If she budges and centers on her femininity, then it's game on for both of you because a woman's nature is feminine, but it can only be unlocked after she has tested you through and sees that you're someone who doesn't budge off the frame of masculinity. That's the only way she can be comfortable enough to be vulnerable with you and open up to you as a feminine partner, allowing you to dominate her. That's the nature and reality of relationships, and that's the nature of modern women. Also remember, a woman being feminine is directly proportional to her level of attraction for you. If a woman is overly masculine with you, it means she doesn't want you and doesn't believe that your masculinity is what she desires. If she's all feminine with you, does cute feminine things, and basically acts vulnerable and submissive in front of you, that means she is attracted to you and your masculinity and wants your manliness and her femininity. Guys, it's important to keep remembering that being masculine does not mean that you treat a woman with disrespect or call her names. It means you keep your center of masculinity, even when she comes at you with all her might to try and test it to see if you sway. You cannot sway. You cannot drift. You have to keep your masculine frame in order for her to realize that she needs to be feminine with you. And feminine energy in men is real, guys. I had a friend growing up who had a lot of feminine energy. Feminine energy is basically all the feminine habits that make a woman feminine. Sometimes these habits can become a part of a man's life as well. Things like gossiping about other people all the time, testing other people, trying to constantly manipulate other people. These are some of the core feminine energies. If you constantly act like a victim about everything and don't own your words, that's feminine energy again. And this is a concept of modern times. If you go back in the day, let's say 100 years back, can you even imagine a 25-year-old man gossiping here and there and basically acting like a complete gossip girl? No, the 25-year-old man of those years is a lot different from the 25-year-old man of today. There's so much that has changed, and one of the main reasons it has changed is that women don't want to be feminine anymore, and men don't want to embrace their masculinity. As a man, it is your job and responsibility to your gender to believe in the power of your masculine self. You being feminine enables women to try and train other men to become feminine. When that happens, the whole balance of masculinity for all men starts to crumble because now there's some of us who are showing feminine traits. The modern women want that because this is how they will start to normalize women being masculine, and that basically gives them power over you. You want to stay grounded and keep that power to yourself. The main point that you need to keep in mind that femininity respects masculinity, and women will only be feminine as long as you're masculine. When you give your masculine energy away, you're basically tipping the balance of power and allowing the woman to start becoming masculine. And a masculine woman will not respect your half-masculine self, so you need to keep your ground, stay in the masculine frame, and keep at it. Because women will keep testing you. They will keep trying to manipulate you. They will use creative tactics to come at you to push you into being less masculine. And if you give up your masculine energy, you will also not see the modern woman in her feminine energy. If you're at your most masculine self, even the most masculine female will feel like she needs to be feminine with you. That's the circle of attraction here. You see, it's crucial to understand how the nature of male and females are aligned with each other. Man is masculine by nature. Women are feminine by nature inherently. If a man goes against his inherent nature and is not his masculine self, he will automatically bring imbalance to the male-female sexual relation. Similarly, if a female goes against her feminine nature, she's creating an imbalance, because male and females are biologically linked as masculine and feminine energies coming together to procreate. That's where the attraction is at its peak. The issues that we have in modern society and modern women, especially, are because women are constantly trying to become more masculine because they've been led to believe that by being masculine, they can live more independent lives. However, again, by nature, a female needs a man much more than a man needs a female. Biologically, a man needs a female to be sexually available, reproduce, and raise his children. By nature, a female needs a man for protection, for the growth of her home, finances, resources, food, shelter, and everything else. A woman can only do so much. Modern women believe that by being independent, they can do everything for themselves. Yet they forget that they have an inherent need to be validated, to be loved, to reproduce, and have their children. Modern women who live independently and don't seek men realize it too late that they feel an emptiness after their late 30s. They might have successful careers, but they start to feel lonely. They start to realize that they've gone against their nature and the laws of nature to live a life that might not be the best way to live for them. So to keep modern women feminine, guys need to be centered in their own masculinity and not give away their masculine self for anything. They need to be true to their own nature and embrace their masculine selves wholeheartedly and not get involved in anything that enables feminine energies to awaken inside of them. Modern women need to realize that being feminine is not a weakness. It's a woman's inherent nature, and turning away from your inherent nature will not make you happy in the long term. Thanks for tuning in.